Hey everybody, this is Yokchi from Yokchi Healing Art and Yokchi-Conscious Spoken Word. I'm actually going to make a quick informative video. I'm not going to keep it too long, but this video is not for the physical, but it's for the soul aspect of yourself. Your soul aspect of yourself is going to definitely understand what I'm talking about. You just have to sit with it, vibrate with it, understand where it's coming from. All right, so we always says that we have weakness and flaws. So those weakness and flaws is actually your divine strength that you actually put into your subconscious mind, deeper subconscious mind, to actually trigger your true elected divine self. Because in order for you to trigger your true elected divine self, you need to have a trigger word or a source code to be able to get into the depths of those layers. And what it is, your flaw and your weakness that you think it is actually your gateway. So once you understand your gateway coding, because we all have our own coding, it's natural. We're human beings. We do it on our phone. We have our own coding. So why wouldn't your subconscious mind, your elemental subconscious mind, and why wouldn't the divine give you your own coding to access the information that is there for you to get? Just think about it, right? Logical thinking. So once you access that and access your flaws, now your flaw takes you on a different path because you realize that that flaw is your strength. So you just have to look at your flaw from a different perspective and now understand how to put it into writing to get your subconscious mind or your source code to actually open up to let you in, because it has to let you in and you have to be ready for it to let you in. If you don't have the right wording, phrasing, it ain't gonna let you in. Just keep that in mind. Just put that out there. All right, so once that's the first step. So once you figure that out, we're gonna jump to the next step. So the next step is, once you figure that out, you're gonna hit the first stage of transfiguration. So transfiguration, there's 9 stages of transfiguration. Some of us are going through it right now. So sometimes if you look around, you probably see friends of yours are having meltdown. They're having that psychotic break. They don't know what to do. They feel like they're lost their mind. What it is actually the body open up your friends to the veil. It's actually the fragment or the fringe of the field being ripped open. So it naturally has to be ripped open internally. So as it's ripped open internally, these emotion, thought, action that never really happened literally is woven within, because the fringe of your mind is being shredded. It's like a snake shed the skin. So what's happening? Your internal system, your soul, is actually shredding each one of these layers, and every time it shreds a layer, it looks very intense. It feels intense. It doesn't feel right, and nobody may not understand what you're talking about, so you may not feel like you need to talk. Put that out there, but write it. Find people that understand what you're going through and how that works for you, because literally as the veil rips, the more you see, the more you understand, and you feel like, wow, do I actually fit? And that's the process. And that question you're naturally going to ask yourself: do I longer fit in the society I am? But you're there in the society not necessarily to fit, but to actually learn how to adapt to that environment through the veil being ripping, so this way you could help others understand the fact that yes, the veil has been rip, and you're moving, transcending from space and time, beyond life, and that is normal because you're running to different lives on different aspects, on different planes. All right, so once that starts happening, then you're gonna hit a next stage. Still the same stage because you have to go through it. Let's put it this way. So then you have the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So you're going to hit the Trinity. You're going to hit a triangle. And that triangle actually represents the first stage of your transfiguration. The reason I'll explain that. So the first stage of your transfiguration is understanding the flaw, which is the flaw is your trigger code once you understand how to get in. And then the veil is now ripping, because you understand the flaw, you understand how the veil is being ripped, and now you're able to transcend to space and time. Not astral projecting. This is on a different level. This is you actually moving through the void, moving to the celestial source of all, connecting to the deeper divine, and he's there to help you. And that's why he puts those flaws in, so this way you could understand how to get back through the gate. All right, so let's show you how to get back to the gate. Just keep it in mind. So once you understand that the spine is actually, when you keep the spine straight, it's actually the Father, right? So the spine, the Kundalini energy runs on the spine, and then the chakras is actually the sun, The sun is actually where the chakra is. So you need to work on those chakra, get them all balanced. And once you get those balanced, then you're going to hit the 7 Arctic layers. The 7 Arctic layer vibrates around the body. So as it vibrates around the body, what happens is that becomes a gateway, becomes the extension of space-time continuance. I said that word wrong. Quantum physics, quantum depth, quantum divine, conscious divine, spiritual divine, whatever it is that you want to call it. Again, just keep in mind, we're all on the same source. There's no difference. The source himself had to separate it so that each individual, based on the culture that you're in, is be able to tap into it on a different level. So once you understand that the source is actually feeding all of us in the same belief system, nothing separate, you start to see life differently, that we're all on the same page, same source, but we are taught differently in a concept to be able to get to this point, to understand that we all need that particular flaw, which is your key access point into the void, so this way you can come home. So once you do that, so once you understand how to fire up the kundalini, which is the father, fire up the chakras, fire up the 7 Arctic layer, you're now vibrating on that higher frequency, higher level of consciousness, where you're going to hit the 9 transfiguration. But first, you have to hit the first 7 and work through it. So once you hit those first 7, the other 2 are just waiting for you to actually activate. And then that's your first stage. And this is where you'll now accept your elected divine purpose that is given to you to be able to help others move beyond the concrete jungle of their thinking, concrete jungle of their mind, connected to the divine himself in a different aspect. It seems, I'm going to say it, seems far-fetched, but you're not meant to believe it. If you don't believe it, that's okay. It's information that is given, as I think I read somewhere, as Ezekiel says, sometimes you have to deliver the message, and then once you deliver the message, you're not responsible for what happens after that. So making sure I deliver the message, informative message. So it's up to you to actually deep dive and search a little bit more, understand what is going on with you, understand the flaw, understand the veil within yourself is being ripped apart, because it's time for you to, you're forced, you want to wake, but it's time for you to be ripped open, so this way you can see the concrete jungle for what it is. And then from there, you remember that the kundalini is the father, the chakra is the sun, and the 7 Arctic layer is the extension of a doorway, pathway, moving all the way up to the transfiguration, the 9 transfiguration that we're all going through. All right. Thank you so much. This is Yokchi from Yokchi-Conscious Spoken Word and Yokchi Healer out. Hope the information is great. If you need any help, you know where to find me. Message me underneath the comment. Find me on Instagram. Any questions or you need help? Trust me, you're going to need help. And this is not for the physical body, as I said, it's for the depth of your soul. Your soul will understand it. Just message me or call me, and I can help you, walk you through it. Thank you so much, and have a phenomenal day. Late.